Yeah, good evening, boys. Good evening, online students.
Good evening.
Good evening. I've shared my screen. Visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, children.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
All right. So now, last class we had the introduction to this chapter, understanding quadrilaterals. So now we'll see some numerical situations where we have to use the properties of these quadrilaterals to answer the questions. Okay. So last class we had a brief introduction to the different types of quadrilaterals and their special properties. So today we will see some numerical situations which can be solved using the properties of the quadrilaterals. Okay, so this is the first one. Find, now we're not writing anything now. The thing is, I have a class from 7:15 to 9:30. So I'll be teaching you till 7:20. So you're not writing anything now. I'll be teaching you till 7:20. After that, I'll share the images. Whatever was explained till 7:20, I'll share the relevant images on WhatsApp. Okay. Physical students will stay in the class till 8:15. Okay. Students online, I'll share another link. Join that link. At 7:15, I'll end this meeting and I'll share another link. That's a link for 10th standard students. But it's okay. I want you to join that link and write on. So now I said I'll share the images on WhatsApp, right? So you will be writing that. You will be writing the notes till 8:15. You get that? Online
Yes,
students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So 7:20, we'll end this meeting. I'll share the images of whatever was taught till 7:20 on WhatsApp. You have to write down them in your notebook. At the same time, I'll share a link, a different meeting link on WhatsApp. Please join the meeting using that link, but put your speaker on mute because otherwise meaning what I'm teaching for the 10th standard students might disturb you, your writing. So you put your speaker on mute so that you can't hear me. So that you can't hear me. You get that? Yeah, you will get that. Yeah. All right. And then so that you can just continue writing, and I'll remind you at 8:15 to wind up the class. Meaning to stop writing and leave the meeting. I'll remind you. Till then, please stay in the meeting. Okay. Now, without any further delay, let me get started. So here is a parallelogram ABCD. We need to find the perimeter of the parallelogram ABCD. So we know that in a parallelogram, both the pairs of opposite sides are equal. In a parallelogram, both the pairs of opposite sides are equal. So if this is 10.5, this is also 10.5. 8.3, 8.3. Correct? So how do you find the perimeter now? 10.5 plus 8.3 plus 10.5 plus 8.3. Perimeter is nothing but the sum of the lengths of the sides of the quadrilateral. The sum of the length of the four sides.
Mom, is it like 2 into L plus B?
Yeah, it works. 2 into L plus B will work here. It will work here, but that is normally used for a rectangle. It's fine. Okay, 2 into L plus B. But here in a parallelogram, we don't refer to anything as length and breadth. It's only in a rectangle that you call this as the length and this is the breadth. Here, these are the bases. The sides are called the bases in a parallelogram. The sides are called the bases. So length and breadth is not applicable to a parallelogram, but you will get the same answer. The terms length and breadth are used to represent the sides of a rectangle, not a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, the sides are referred to as the bases.
Mom, all those four sides are.
All the four sides, yes, all the four sides. Not only the, or not only AB, not only AB. All the four sides are called the bases. Now, supposing you have an altitude like this. Supposing you have an altitude like this, and the length of this altitude is say like some 6 centimeters. Area of a parallelogram is equal to base into height. So base DC into the altitude on DC. Formula. Okay, formula to find the area of a parallelogram, not perimeter. Area of a parallelogram is base into height. So here, since we know the height or the altitude on the side DC, DC is taken as the base. Because we know the height on the side DC, we take DC as the base and the altitude as BE. BE is the altitude on DC. So you can see here, we take DC as the base. All the four sides are called the base. All right, so this is how you present it. This is how it's presented, okay? AB plus BC plus CD plus AD. You understand this? Okay. Now, here in this parallelogram, it's given it's a parallelogram. PQRS is a parallelogram, okay? Find the values of X, Y, and Z. So we know that in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Therefore, X is equal to 105 degrees. All right. Now, we also know that adjacent angles are supplementary. Adjacent angles are supplementary. In a parallelogram, next angles. After angle A is angle B. After angle B is angle C. After angle C is angle D. So adjacent angles are supplementary. They add up to 180. So angle P plus the Z is equal to 180. See, opposite angles are equal. X is 105. Adjacent angles are supplementary. That means 105 plus X, sorry, plus Z will total to 180. 105 and Z will add up to 180. Yes. So 105 plus Z is equal to 180. Okay, you can also say X plus Z is 180. Do you need to pick the call and talk? Then put your phone inside the bag. You need to message? Yeah, okay. Okay, so X plus Z, you can also say X plus Z is equal to 180. X plus Z is equal to 180. Why? Because they're also adjacent angles. They're supplementary. Correct. Z is equal to 180 minus 105, which is 75 degrees. And then how do you find Y? Y can be found in two ways. One is linear pair. Linear pair. See here, we have Z here and we have Y here. We have Z here and Y here. So there are two angles on a straight line. Z and Y are a pair of angles on a straight line, which means they form a linear pair. And we know that linear pair is supplementary. Because this one is 180 degrees. This is 180. So Y plus Z is equal to 180. Y plus Z is equal to 180 linear pair. See, this is a straight line. This is a straight line. There are two angles on the straight line, Y and Z. There are two angles on the straight line, Y and Z. So they should total to 180 because it's a straight angle. This one is a straight angle, which is 180 degrees. So Y plus Z is equal to 180. But you know Z is 75 degrees. So plus Y is equal to 180. So like that, you can find Y. Or Y can also be found using the concept of corresponding angles. Parallel lines, transversal. This angle and this angle are called corresponding angles. Have you learned that in 7th standard? The concept of corresponding angles? Yeah. Yeah. So these two angles are called corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are equal. So you can see them here. See here. I'll produce this line. I'll produce this and produce. Only if you produce, you can identify. Produce it. So can you see here? This angle here. This angle here and this angle here. They are corresponding angles. So they're equal. Corresponding angles are equal. So directly you can say X is equal to Y. X is equal to Y. Any one. See, you can do it in 2-3 ways. You can do it in any one method. You don't have to show all the 3 methods. So you can find Y using the property of corresponding angles also. Angle X is equal to angle Y because they're corresponding angles and so they are equal. So I'll just confirm if you're sure about the angles. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now these are parallel lines. L and M are parallel lines intersected by a transversal T. L and M are parallel lines intersected by a transversal T. Now, in such a situation, we can see 8 angles being formed. 8 angles are formed around the transversal. You can see 8 angles clinging to the transversal, sticking to the transversal. All right. 4 of these angles are called interior angles. The other 4 are called exterior angles. Okay. The angles lying inside, angle 4, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 8 are interior. Individually, angle 3 is an interior angle. Angle 4 is an interior angle. Angle 5 is an interior angle. Angle 8 is an interior angle. Interior angle is not about a pair of angles. It's one angle. It's that angle alone. Angle 3 alone is an interior angle. It's not about a pair of angles. It's not that angle 3 and 4 are interior. Not that. Independently, these angles are all interior angles. These 4 angles are called interior angles. And the remaining angles, angle 1, angle 2, angle 6, angle 7 are called exterior angles. All right. Okay. So that's about interior and exterior angles. Totally, there are 8 angles. 4 of them are called interior angles. The remaining 4 are exterior angles. Now coming to corresponding angles, which are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. So angle 2 is equal to angle 8. Corresponding angles, correct? Now somebody online tell me another pair of corresponding angles.
Ma'am, angle 1 and angle 5.
Angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 and okay, thank you, Aishwarya. 1 and 5. Then here. Angle louder. Angle 7 and angle 3. Very good. Angle 7 and angle 3. One more. Angle 4 and angle 6. Very good. So these are the different pairs of corresponding angles. Now, online students, one pair of alternate interior angles. One pair of alternate interior angles. Online.
Ma'am, 5, 3.
5 and 3. Very good. Angle 3 and angle 5.
8 and 4, ma'am.
Yeah. Angle 3 is equal to angle 5. See here, alternate interior angles. So the 2 angles must be interior angles and they must be alternate, meaning they must lie on either sides of the transversal. One should lie on the left side of the transversal, the other on the right side. Or one should be above, the other below. No, that they should not form a linear pair. They should not form a linear pair. You're saying about 3 and 4, is it? 4 is equal to, sorry. Okay, I thought you wanted to say something else. So 3 is equal to angle 5. Alternate interior angles are equal. Then angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Alternate interior angles are equal. They're equal. Okay. Now alternate exterior angles. Online. Alternate exterior angles. Online students.
6.
Yeah, 6 and
2.
6 and 2. Angle 6 is equal to. Yeah, correct. Angle 6 and 2. One more.
8 and 1.
Alternate
7
exterior
and
angles.
7 and 1.
Correct.
7 and 1.
Angle 7 and angle 1. Angle 7 and angle 1. Both of them must be exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Both the angles must be exterior angles. And since they are alternate, they must lie on either sides of the transversal. They must not lie on the same side of the transversal. Alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles. Alternate interior angles, the pair, both of them are interior. In alternate exterior angles, both of them are exterior angles. Is that fine, children? All these pairs are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. Alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate exterior angles are equal. Now we have something else called co-interior angles. Co-interior angles. That means both are interior angles and they are co-interior, meaning Yeah. So co-interior angles meaning the two interior angles which lie on the same side of the transversal. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. See, are 4 and 5 interior angles? They are interior angles. And they are co-interior because they're together, no, on the same side. Like you say, co-passenger. Okay, so co-interior angles. Both of them are interior angles and they lie on the same side of the transversal. Angle 4 and angle 5. They are co-interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 8, yeah. So the property here is they're not equal. Angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. Co-interior angles are supplementary. Similarly, angle 3 plus angle 8 is equal to 180. Co-interior angles are supplementary. There's another thing called co-exterior angles. I don't know if it's you, but it's okay. You can, meaning it's not commonly used in schools. But we normally use co-interior angles, but we also have something called co-exterior angles. That is angle 1 plus angle 6. Angle 1 plus angle 6 is 180. Angle 2 plus angle 7 is equal to 180. Angle 1 plus angle 6. Co-interior angles and co-exterior angles are supplementary. They need not be equal. They are equal. In one case, they will be equal. Okay, but the properties co-interior angles are supplementary. Even when they're equal and supplementary. That is when they're 90, 90, 90. They're supplementary and they'll be equal. Co-interior angles are supplementary. Co-exterior angles are supplementary. Corresponding angles are equal. Alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate exterior angles are equal. So co-interior angles co-interior angles once again angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. Angle 3 plus angle 8 is equal to 180. Angle 1 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. Angle 2 plus angle 7 is equal to 180. Now vertically opposite angles. You know them, right? Angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. So angle 1 and angle 3, vertically opposite angles, they're equal. 2 and 7. So sorry, this is 4, no? 2 and 4, angle 2 and angle 4. Angle 2 and angle 4. Angle 2 and angle 4 are equal. The recording first yeah, okay. Last time recording amchira. Illiya? Oh, adha. Yeah. இன்னிது நான் அனுப்பிச்சிடுறேன். லாஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் டேட் மட்டும் சொல்லிடுங்க. எனக்கு எந்த டேட்னு தெரியல. நீங்க வீட்டுக்கு போய் எனக்கு அனுப்பிச்சு விடுங்க. தேங்க்யூ. ஓ, அதுதான் இல்ல இன்னைக்கு மட்டும் தான் இப்படி கொஞ்சம் எல்லாம் எக்ஸாம்னால சின்ன குழந்தைங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு. 6th and 7th அதனாலதான் இல்லைன்னா இந்த டைம் angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Vertically opposite angles are equal. 5 is equal to 7. 6 is equal to 8. Okay? Okay, fine. You can go, you should go through this. Don't blindly write. I'll share all these images. Don't blindly write. I'll give you the instructions later. Now just follow the class. Please go through the image, understand, and then write down. So I have given you different ways of finding the angles. All right. Yeah. I'll just read this one alone for you. Now see here, what have I written? Angle P is equal to angle R. Angle P is equal to angle R because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Therefore, X is equal to 105 degrees. Correct? Okay. Then whenever you're using the property of whenever you use a property of parallel lines intersected by a transversal, you need to mention the parallel lines and the transversal. You need to mention the parallel lines and the transversal. Whenever you're going to use alternate angles are equal, corresponding angles are equal, co-interior angles are supplementary, you need to mention the two parallel lines and the transversal. So that's what I've written here. SR is parallel to PQ and RQ is a transversal. SR is parallel to PQ and RQ is a transversal. This is a transversal. Why are they parallel? Because it's a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel. It's a parallelogram, so opposite sides are parallel. Okay. So these are the parallel lines, and this is the transversal. So this angle is equal to this angle, corresponding angles. X is equal to y, corresponding angles. So now we found x is 105 degrees, right? So y is also 105. Because we just found x is 105. But x and y are equal, corresponding angles are equal. So y also is 105. You can find it like this. Or P is parallel to RQ. See here, PS is parallel to RQ. And PQ is a transversal. PQ is a transversal. So 105 and Y, there are alternate angles. Alternate angles. 105 and Y are alternate angles. You must mention the parallel lines and the transversal. That's very important. So this is parallel to this because it's a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel. And this is the transversal. Alternate angles. This angle P here, or you can say 105 is equal to Y. Because alternate angles are equal. Therefore, Y is equal to 105 degrees. So you can do it like this or like this, but now in your book, you should write it both ways. In the test exam, you can do it in any one of the two ways. Now take down everything you see on this, right? And then, so now we found X and Y. Next, Z. Z are found using linear pair. See, adjacent angles. Okay, this is the adjacent angle supplementary. This using linear pair. I've used both the methods. See here, this is one method. This is the other method. So here the property I've used is adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Adjacent angles are supplementary. So see P and Q. P and Q, they are next angles. After P is angle Q. Angle P, then next angle Q. So P and Q are adjacent angles. So that's supplementary. That's a property. We came across a property in the last session. So P plus Q is equal to 180. So P is 105 and Q is Z. Z is 75, correct? Otherwise, you can also use linear pair. Y plus Z is equal to 180 because these two angles lie on the same straight line. See this is a straight angle. This is a straight angle, 180 degrees. And on this, you have two angles Z and Y. That's why we call it linear pair. Pair is two angles, linear meaning on a straight line. Linear meaning on a straight line. Pair is two angles. A linear pair is always supplementary. All right. LMNO is a parallelogram. PM is equal to 6 centimeters. PMO. PM, this one is 6 centimeters. Okay. Now tell me if PM is 6, PO is also 6 because the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Are the diagonals equal, children, in a parallelogram? Are the diagonals equal? Online students, are the diagonals of a parallelogram equal? What happened?
Can you repeat? Are the diagonals
of a parallelogram equal?
No, diagonals of a parallelogram are unequal.
Okay, diagonals are not equal, but they bisect each other and not at right angles. See, when we talk about diagonals, these three things you must know. Are they equal? Do they bisect each other? Always they bisect, meaning always meaning in a parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square, in all these four, the diagonals bisect each other. And the other thing is, do they bisect at right angles? Right angles is only in a rhombus and square, where all the sides are equal. Only in a rhombus and a square, they bisect at right angles. And where are they equal? A rectangle and a square. Only in a rectangle and in a square, diagonals are equal. They're unequal in a parallelogram and rhombus. Diagonals are unequal in a parallelogram and rhombus. In a rectangle and a square, diagonals are equal. Diagonals bisect each other in all the four. Diagonals meet at right angles in a rhombus and in a square, where all the four sides are equal. No, they are perpendicular to each other. In a rhombus, all the four sides are equal. So diagonals bisected right angles. In a square also, all the four sides are equal. The diagonals bisected right angles. So in a rectangle and parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. In a rhombus and a square, all the sides are equal. A rectangle is a parallelogram in which one angle is a right angle. If one angle, if it's a parallelogram and one angle is a right angle, then it's a rectangle. A rhombus in which one angle is a right angle is a square. MCQs, I'll give you all this. All these statements I'll give you. Just told you now. A parallelogram in which one angle is a right angle is a rectangle. A rhombus in which one angle is a right angle is a square. Because in a rhombus, all the sides are equal. And on top of that, if one angle is 90, then all of them will be 90. So it's a square. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. On top of that, if one angle is 90 degrees, all the angles also will be 90. But by the property, because if one angle is 90, opposite angle is 90. Correct? Then adjacent angle is supplementary. So if this is 90, 90 plus 90 only is 180. Then again opposite angle are equal. So like that, everything will become 90. Yeah. So PM is 6. So this is also 6. And NL is 4 more than OM. NL is 4 more than OM. How much is OM? 12. 12. How much is OM? 12. NL is 4 more than that. That means NL is 16. NL is 16. It's given there. See, we don't know anything. We only know the properties. Everything is given here. If PM is 6, this is also 6. So OM is 12. It's given that NL is 4 more than OM. OM is 12. So 12 plus 4, 16. So NL is 16. NL is 16. So it's going to be 8 here and 8 here. The question is find PL. PL is 8. PL is 8. PL is 8. See, if it's given that NL is 4 less than OM, NL is 4 less than OM, then OM is 12, 4 less, so minus 4. 8. So then it will be 4 here and 4 here. PL will be 4. Yeah. I'll just wait for a minute. Get the answers ready. Read the question. Do it behind your book. Just have the answers in your book. Or yeah, Pinari, just when I ask you, you can share the answer. Yeah. Work on this one, children.
Ma'am, is this a test?
No. We're going to discuss in 2 minutes.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
What is your question? Is this a test, huh? Or is there a test?
Yeah, ma'am.
Is this a test?
ma'am?
Is this a test? No, this is not a test. Is there a test? Yes, there is a test today.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Fine. Shivam, the first one, complete the following statements if ABCD is a parallelogram. Yes, Shivam. AD is equal to? AD is equal to? No. AD is equal to? Ariston, AD is equal to? BC. AD is equal to BC because opposite sides are equal. In a parallelogram, opposite, you cannot find the length of anything here. You cannot, I know, yeah, that's what. So maybe you were under the, feeling that you have to find the numerical values. How can you? Nothing is given. Nothing is given. So what best can you? AD is equal to BC because opposite sides are equal. Angle DCB is equal to? DAB, very good. Yeah. Angle DCB is equal to DAB, or it is also called what? DAB. How else can you name that angle? Angle BAD. It's also called angle BAD. Very good. Online students, OC is equal to? OA. OA. Yeah.
AOA. Both.
AO. Correct. AOA. Fine. How do we read this? Measure of angle ADC plus measure of angle BCD, measure of angle ADC plus measure of angle BCD is equal to
180 degrees.
180 degrees
180
because they're adjacent angles. They're next angles. See, these are opposite angles. These are adjacent angles. They're supplementary 180 degrees. Then AC dash BD. How do you complete that? AC?
Is equal to.
AC is equal to BD.
AC is not equal
AC
to.
is not equal to BD. AC is not equal to BD because it's a parallelogram. Diagonals are not equal. It's a parallelogram. Diagonals are not equal. AC is not equal to BD. OB?
Is equal
I always
to.
think that a parallelogram is always like a square, a rectangle, right? So that's why I got confused.
Yeah, okay. No, it's not okay, but I understand what you say. You must unlearn that and learn it correctly now.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. OB dash OD equal. OB is equal to OD. Correct? Okay. Yeah. We'll go ahead, Shivam. You understood, right? Yeah. So with the reasons I've given here, with the reasons you can see. All right. But see, in the exam, if reason is asked, okay, fine. It all depends on the time you have. Here, the expectation is only to fill the blank. So this is enough. This one is enough. But if you're really fast in writing, then you can give the reason also. Your teacher will be more impressed. You can also give the reason. HOP is a parallelogram. Find X, Y, and Z. Y is equal to? Very good. Why? No, they're not opposite angles. Opposite angles means this whole thing and this whole thing are opposite angles. The full angle you must take. See, this is the parallelogram, right? When we say opposite angle, this angle and this angle, they are opposite.
It's alternate interior angles, right?
Yeah. Aishwarya, has it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, alternate interior angles are equal. See here, parallel line. And this is the transversal. This is the transversal. So alternate angles are always hidden in this shape, you know, like this, or an N like this, or a Z like this, or a Z like this. See here, I can trace that for you. See here. This is one of the parallel lines. This is the transversal. This is the other line. So I'll trace that Z kind of thing. It's not a Z always. When you rotate Z, it takes different forms, no? When you rotate Z through 360 degrees, it'll look different. Like sometimes it look like N, then and whatever. Yeah, so like that it is. So when it's rotated, so it's here. I'll use a different color. This is one of the parallel lines. This is one of the parallel lines. This is a transversal, and this is the other line. Can you see that? Like this. Can you see this? These are alternate angles.
Yeah, ma'am.
These are alternate angles. Alternate angles are always found there. See, parallel lines, there's a transversal. So these are alternate angles. They're equal. Alternate angles are equal. So you can see such a shape here. Here and here are alternate angles. Alternate interior angles. Y is equal to 40. Alternate interior angles are equal. Do we understand that? Here, line, transversal, line. So you can see a shape like this. So here there's an angle here. These two angles are alternate interior angles and they're equal. So Y is equal to 40. Alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, so you found Y. Then actually we need to find in the order. That goes without saying, but it's okay. Nowadays, it's okay to find in a different order. But otherwise, I remember when we were young, we had to find it in order. First X, then Y, then Z. Should first find X. Then that's how the question also will be designed. You will sufficient information will be given to find X first, then Y, then Z. So how do we find X? So you should use the concept of linear pair. Parallel lines, transversal is one thing. All those alternate angles, corresponding angles, co-interior angles. Then also vertically opposite angles are equal. Linear pair. And also angle sum property. The sum of the three angles in a triangle is equal to 180. All this should come to your mind. So this is linear pair 110, correct? Because anywhere you see linear pair is everywhere. Like if you find a straight line, now what is the angle on this line? At this point, this angle is 180 degrees. And of 180, this is 70. So the remaining will be 110. Linear pair. There's a line, there's a point O. This is 70. So the rest, see, this is straight line. This angle is 180. So there's 70 here. The remaining has to be 110. A linear pair. Yes, Yarni. Sit down. Yeah, reason correct. Sum of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180. Okay, let me see that. Yes. So if you want to find X first, this is 70, this is 110, linear pair, and then opposite angles are equal. X is equal to 110. See, don't get confused. Just don't see this line in the middle. Don't get confused. Don't see this line in the middle. It's not there. This is now make this invisible. That's not there. So opposite angles, if this is 110, this is also 110. X is equal to 110. Opposite angles are equal. Property of a parallelogram. Then Y, like what we did now, alternate interior angles are equal. So Y is 40. Y is 40. Alternate interior angles are equal. All right. Now Z. So Yarni says this is 110. This is 40. But this is a triangle. No, PHO is a triangle. PHO is a triangle. And in a triangle, the sum of the three angles is 180. So we have 40, we have 110. So 40 plus 110, 150. So Z has to be 30 degrees. That's one way. Or you can also do it like this. So these are parallel, no? So can you see parallel lines and transversal? This angle and this angle, their corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. This angle and this angle, their corresponding angles are equal. See, corresponding angles should be on the same side of the transversal. See, both of them are above the transversal. These are the parallel lines. This one and this one are the parallel lines. This is the transversal. See, both the angles are above the transversal. Both of them are above the transversal. And you can see like both will be below or both will be above. So see like both of them. One will be an interior angle, the other will be an exterior angle. This is an interior angle, this is an exterior angle. It cannot be like this. This is an interior angle, this one exterior. That is a linear pair. This is an exterior angle, this is an interior angle, this is an exterior angle. They are corresponding angles. So here we have 40 and Z. Here we have 40 and Z. And here we have 70. This figure, we have 40 and Z here, and this we have 70. We know that corresponding angles are equal. So if this is 70, this angle is 70. But there's 40 there. So Z has to be 30. Z has to be 30. Parallel lines. See, opposite sides of the parallelogram are parallel. Parallel lines, and this is the transversal. Here, you have an angle 40 and Z. And here we have 70. Now these are corresponding angles, they're equal. If this is 70, this angle also should measure 70. But one part of it is 40. So the rest of it, which is Z, should be 30. 70 minus 40, 30. Or you can present it like this. 40 plus Z is equal to 70. What is the value of 40 plus Z? It should be equal to 70. So on solving this, you will get Z is equal to 70 minus 40, which is 30. There may be some other method also explained here. Please understand that. ASP is angle sum property. ASP is angle sum property of a triangle. And whenever you use the concept of alternate angles or corresponding angles, you must mention the parallel lines and the transversal. So this is simple, similar to the fifth one. You must think and help yourself. This one also I'll check in the next class. If you have a doubt, we'll do this in the next class. But it should be easy because again, it's all about the properties of a parallelogram. You have the answer, so it should not be difficult. Yeah. Now, give me a special name to this quadrilateral. Read the question. Take 30 seconds. Look at the question and then answer me. Look at the figure and then answer me. Right? Oh, kite. Okay, kite. Louder, Shivam. I'm sure you're very bold at home, right? Yeah. Kite. Okay. Actually, you can call it a kite. You can call it a kite, but I'm expecting a different answer. It is a rhombus. What's the reason? Sit down, sit down, sit down. The diagonals at right angles. Very good. Yes. In a parallelogram, if the diagonals bisect at right, if the diagonals meet at right angles, it's a rhombus. It's a rhombus. This one is given to be a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram and it is a parallelogram. Furthermore, you can call it a rhombus because you can see the diagonals meeting at right angles. You can see the diagonals meeting at right angles. So if the diagonals meet at right angles, the parallelogram is a rhombus. It is a rhombus. So it's a rhombus now. All the sides are equal. Why is it a rhombus? Because it's given it's a parallelogram. It is given it's a parallelogram. And to top that up, we also have the diagonals meeting at right angles. So both put together, it should be a rhombus. The parallelogram and diagonals are meeting at right angles. That happens only in a rhombus. So it's a rhombus. Now find x, y, z. What's the value of x? 90. Vertically opposite. You can say vertically opposite angles equal, or you can say diagonals of a rhombus meet at right angles. So x is 90. This is 90. X is 90. You can either say vertically opposite angles are equal, or you can simply say it's a property of a rhombus. The diagonals meet at right angles. So everywhere it is 90.
And y is 60, ma'am.
Y is 60. Property, which property?
Angle sum property.
Angle sum property of a triangle, correct. Okay, so because this is 90, 90 plus 30, 120. So y will be 180 minus 120, 60 degrees. Because it's a triangle, this one is a triangle. The sum of all the angles will be 180 degrees. This is a triangle, the sum of all the angles will be 180 degrees. Correct? 90 plus 30 plus y is equal to 180. On solving that, you will get y is equal to 60 degrees. What about z? Why?
90, ma'am.
Alternate interior angles. Yeah. No, somebody said 90. No, it's not 90. Z is equal to 60 degrees because alternate interior angles are equal. So see here. Parallel line, transversal, parallel line. You can see that Z's here. Parallel line, transversal, and parallel line like this. You just trace it. You can see that Z kind of thing. See this one. This is one line. This is the transversal, and this is the other line. And we know that these two lines are parallel. We are not assuming them to be parallel just for our convenience. It's a rhombus. It's a parallelogram. So opposite sides are parallel. So we have a figure like this. We have a shape like this. And you can see the angles here and here. This one is only y, and this is z. And y we found is 60. So z is also 60. Alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate interior angles are equal. Correct? So x is 90. Then we find y using angle sum property of a triangle. Z using alternate interior angles are equal. Shreya, Aishwarya, and Harsha.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is it fine? Yeah,
Yeah,
children.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Harsha, how do we get started with this answer? Yes, Harsha. Okay, Shreya.
Ma'am, I'm honestly confused. So confused, ma'am. I understood whatever you taught till now, but this is kind of confusing.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Let me ask Aishwarya. Yeah, Aishwarya.
I'm actually not sure how to start.
Come again? You're not sure?
Yes, ma'am, I'm not sure how to solve the equation.
Okay, so far we were dealing with angles. Angles and the properties of angles in a parallelogram. Now, here to solve this, you need to use the property of sides, opposite sides, adjacent sides in a parallelogram. Okay, tell me the properties of the sides in a parallelogram. Opposite sides are?
Ma'am, opposite sides are equal. So then
Equal.
18 is equal to 3x.
3x is equal to 18. So what is the value of x? 3x is equal to 18. X is equal to 18 by 3. Yes or no?
Ma'am, can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Opposite sides are equal. So 3x is equal to 8.
X is equal to 18 by 3. X is equal to 6. Tell me the other one.
So 28 is equal to 3y plus 1.
3y plus 1 is equal to 28.
Yes, so 4y is equal to 28.
3y plus 1 is not 4y.
Three y is equal to 28 minus 1.
Yeah,
So 3y
next.
is equal to 27.
3y is equal to 27. Next.
Y is equal to 27 by 3.
So y is equal to 9. That's all. So here we use the properties regarding the sides of the parallelogram. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So that means 3x is equal to 18 and 3y plus 1 is equal to 28. On solving this, you can find the values of x and y. Yeah, we'll start with this one. Yeah, property. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. OB is equal to OD. OC is equal to OA. Because diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. That means OB is equal to OD. So how much is OB? Y plus 7 is equal to 20. So y is equal to 20 minus 7. Y is equal to 13. Also, OC is equal to OA. X plus y is equal to 16. X plus 13 is equal to 16 because y is 13. X plus 13 is equal to 16. X is equal to 16 minus 13. X is equal to 3. Diagonals bisect each other. Oh, correct? OB is equal to OD. So that means y plus 7 is equal to 20. On solving this, you get y is 13. And then x plus y is equal to OA. Sorry, x plus y is equal to 16. Correct, boys? Yes, Yarni. So the value of y, we have it here. Y is equal to 13. So substitute that. So we have y is equal to 13, 16 minus 13, which is 3. All right, Aishwarya and Shreya, I'll share the images to the extent we have learned today, like till from question number 1 to question number 10, I'll share all the question and answer slides on WhatsApp. Also, I'll share another link. Join the meeting using that link. Okay, get that?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
We have to work all of these 10 questions and then we can leave.
No, during that session, you'll be joining the next meeting wherein you will be writing by yourself. You will not be taking part in that meeting because that's a different class.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Yeah, you'll only be in that meeting and you will be completing your notes. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, yeah. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Online students may leave the call and join the next meeting using a different link, which I'll be sharing now.
Okay, ma'am. So after we're done,